Hello YouTubers, and welcome back to another Toddy Walnuts update video. Today, spread across the bed, I have a little stack of Vinegar Syndrome titles. I have a little pile of Steelbooks right here. I have a Spaghetti Western Blu-ray upgrade, and I have a couple of NECA figures that I'm going to share with you guys at the very end of the video. And joining me today, as usual, is the lovely Miss Hannah on the right, and the cute and adorable Miss Heidi. And we all got together. We got our schedules together so we can record this video today. And all jokes aside, we've been pretty much housebound for the last 3 or 4 days. We've had bone-chilling frigid temperatures. It was below zero for a few days. It was dangerously cold. It was a couple days it was like below 30 degrees below zero with the wind chill, and then we got pounded with snow, and in like a 3-day span we had over 18 inches of snow. So yeah, we're pretty much housebound and watching movies and catching up on YouTube videos. And I've been playing video games for the past couple weeks, and I'm really enjoying that. Anyway, enough about me in the last couple days. Let's get into the Vinegar Syndrome titles. We'll get into those first. Actually, I did pick up 2 things from the Dollar Tree. We'll get those out of the way really quick. The first one is a PS4 game, which I know nothing about. And you heard me right, I got this at the Dollar Tree for $1. So even if the game is complete garbage, at least I'll have a Blu-ray case that I can use. But I mean, they had a whole box of these, and there was like 25 of them. Unfortunately, this was the only title. If they would have had more titles, I would have grabbed them. But I wanted to go back to the Dollar Tree because a couple videos ago, or it may have been the last video I uploaded, was a Dollar Tree haul, and I noticed on the receipt it said January movies, and when I picked up all those DVDs and Blu-rays for $1. So now that we're well into February, I wanted to see if they had new stock, and they did restock, but it was a lot of the same titles that they had. So I only picked up 2 this time, which is the PS4 Starlink Battle for Atlas from Ubisoft. And if anybody knows anything about this game, please feel free to comment. I know nothing about it. It looks like it says you can build your own custom starship, and that sounds pretty cool. And for $1, I'm sure this is very fun. So I grabbed that. And then I did grab another Blu-ray, and this is a second copy of Dragonheart Battle for the Heartfire. And I grabbed this second copy because I am giving one away to a friend as part of a package that I'm going to be sending to him soon. Just threw that in as a little $1 freebie. So I picked those 2 up, and I thought that was a great deal. You know, you get a Blu-ray and a PS4 game for $2, $1 each. So getting into the Vinegar Syndrome titles, I have 6 of those. I popped this one in the other night. I've had these now for probably a few weeks or maybe a month, and I'm expecting another package from them. I think it will ship in the 1st or 2nd week of March. This one's called Dark Tower, and like I said, I popped this one in and I fell asleep, and it wasn't because the movie was bad. I was just really tired. But I always do enjoy movies with Michael Moriarty. You can see there, and this is a beautiful slipcover. I love the images on here, and I love that color scheme. Just something with that violet purple and black and kind of that pinkish purple. It looks really good. And this is Dark Tower. Kind of a horror sci-fi. There's the reversible cover. There's what she looks on the inside. And the other cover looks exactly like the slip. And this is a film from 1988. 91 minutes. You can see that it does have some practical effects in there. kind of a, instead of a haunted house movie, it's kind of a haunted, kind of a skyscraper tower movie. And again, I did fall asleep, but it was only because I was really, really tired. But that is Dark Tower. The next one is called Cthulhu Mansion. Another beautiful cover. That almost looks like a vintage book cover. And I think that's what they're going for with this movie. That looks really, really good. It's a very simplistic design, but they nailed it. It looks really good. It almost kind of looks like it's aged and weathered. It looks really, really good. Big fan of that artwork. And on the back, it almost kind of looks like the Blind Dead movies with the Living Dead Templar Knights. Don't know what this movie is really about because I haven't popped it in yet. But the tagline there at the top says, "Beyond evil, beyond terror, beyond the gates of hell. Cthulhu Mansion, the final resting place." This is a movie from 1992, and again, it does have some pretty good-looking practical effects. I like the rubber suits and the handmade gore. It looks really good. This is all region, and you do get quite a bit of special features. And this is a film directed by Juan Piquer Simon, and this is a 2K scan of it from the original 35mm archival film elements. So I'm sure this is going to be a great movie. This is the same director who did Slugs, by the way. There's a disc. Beautiful release. Looking forward to checking this one out. The next one is, I think this is another Spanish film, filmed by Carlos Puerto, called Satan's Blood. Let's take a look at the slip first. Very nice. Again, with the great color scheme, you got some brights and some darks mixed together to blend beautifully. You have some kind of esoteric symbolism in the back around that gate or whatever that is. I have a feeling this one is in Spanish dialogue, and it probably does have English subtitles. I should have looked into that before I recorded this video. It's a film from 1978. Check out some of these stills here from the movie. That looks fantastic. A head and who knows what else that is, body parts, and some kind of a deep freezer. A woman screaming in agony or terror. And then some kind of a black mass or some kind of a worship. You do get some special features. It said it was one of the highest of late 70s Spanish exploitation cinema. Oh, one of the highlights, okay. I can read, I really can. And it says this one is restored in 4K. Very, very nice. And then there is the Spanish title. I'm not going to try to stumble across that title for you guys. But that is a beautiful reversible cover. So this looks like another promising movie. Looking forward to checking that out. Satan's Blood, 1978. The next one is a film adaptation of Edgar Allan Poe's The House of Usher. There have been many different renditions of this film. This one was limited to 4,000. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that because my flash kind of washes it out. But you'll have to take my word for it. I got number 1,855 out of 4,000. The number's there. And this looks like kind of a, I don't know if it's a romance, suspense thriller. I'm only judging this movie by the cover. I have not seen it. If anybody has seen any of these movies and you'd like to comment, keep it spoiler free, please. It's a movie from 1989. It is region A only. And you get a couple of special features. It's a newly 2K scan. You get an interview with the director. And not much else. And it does come with the poster. I'm not going to pull that out. But there's the disc. I'm not really sure what to think of this one. It looks pretty cool. It's not going to be near the top of my to-watch list. Unless some of you guys recommend it in the comments section, then I'll bump it up. But just from kind of the looks of it, it's going to be lower on my to-watch pile. But it will get watched. And if I don't like it, I can always flip it. Here's a movie I have a couple different times. This is a Troma style film. I don't know if Troma put this one out. But I do also have the 88 Films Blu-ray of Flesh Eating Mothers. And of course this is a horror comedy. Kind of a splatter comedy. Over the top gore. Dark humor. It says Flesh Eating Mothers. They bit off more than they could chew. It's all region. This is a Blu-ray DVD combo. And this is a film from 1988. Kind of a silly watch. I've seen this before. It's been a while, but I wanted to grab this one here from Vinegar Syndrome. I'm trying to collect as many of these horror films as I can with these slipcovers. So that's Flesh Eating Mothers. If nothing else, the cover is very, very cool. Kind of comic book, cartoonish. And the last one from Vinegar Syndrome is the comedy Perfect Strangers, starring Balky and cousin Larry Appleton. Actually, the sitcom was filmed in Wisconsin. And of course, I'm kidding. This is a completely different Perfect Strangers. I think this is another kind of a suspense thriller. If I remember correctly, somebody described it as a mafia hitman who falls in love with one of his targets, his intended targets. So you have to tune in and see how that works out. In Love, in Danger. Perfect Strangers. Again, this is probably one that's not going to go near the top of my to-watch pile because I do have a lot of movies to watch. This is a Larry Cohen film, so you kind of know what you're getting into with Larry Cohen films. He always has very good cinematography, and he has a lot of some of the... Oh, she fell asleep and she's having some kind of a dog nightmare. Hey, psst, Heidi. Anyway, he always films on location, and he always has really gritty locations that I really enjoy his movies. And this one came out in 1984, Region A. So that was it. I'm going to take a quick break, and we will move on to the next pile, which is the Steelbooks. Okay, we're back and we are rolling, and I did tell you we're going to get into the Steelbooks next, but I'm going to deviate from that plan for a moment, and I'm going to show you the latest edition from Wild East. This is a Blu-ray upgrade called Arizona Cult, starring Giuliano Gemma, and this is Spaghetti Western Collection Volume 66, and it is spine number 75. And this is the third time this company has released the film. The first time it was released under the alternate title of The Man from Nowhere. And this was volume 6. It was very early on in their line, in their catalog. This movie is very expensive, very pricey, very hard to find. And I believe there's a guy on eBay right now selling this particular DVD for $425. And sir, if you are watching this video, shame on you. Don't buy into the scalpers, guys. Keep your eyes open. You will find it. It's hard to find, but don't cave in and pay $425 for a DVD. It is a great movie, but I don't think any DVD is worth $425. So, sir, shame on you. But people can do whatever they want. I can list this for $1 million if I wanted to. What difference does it make? But got to have some kind of morals in life. You know what I mean? You don't have to gouge people. This originally was released in 2004 by Wild East, and it's a film from 1966. Anyway, that was the first time this movie was released under the title The Man from Nowhere. Then a little while later, they released it as a double bill, and now they're calling it the other title, which is Arizona Cult, and they paired it up with Part 2, Arizona Cult Hired Gun. This one had Giuliano Gemma, and this one had Anthony Stephan. So this was volume 31, and this one's also pricey and hard to find. As are all of these. These are limited to 1,000 a piece. A lot of you guys know that. Maybe some of you don't, but now you do. And so I was very glad to upgrade the movie to Blu-ray. You can get this Blu-ray on their website, wildeast.net, for I believe $15, $12, something like that. I got it really, really cheap. So if you're in the market for a good spaghetti western, I would recommend to you to purchase this now, because in about a year or two, you're going to be seeing some guy on eBay listing this for $200 just because he can, because he's a scalper. So save yourself a little money, get it now, limited to 1,000. And it is a fun movie. That's all I can say about that for now. So we are going to pause it here for a moment. I'm going to take a sip of tea, and we're going to get into the Steelbooks. So getting into a list of limited Steelbooks here. These were put out by Shout Factory, and these have been put out quite a few times now over the last 10 years or so. Like about 10 years ago, or less maybe. I lose track of time these days, but close to 10 years ago, the Disney collection released these with beautiful slipcovers, and they were really nice additions. They had the rights to these movies. These are Studio Ghibli movies, by the way, until Shout Factory picked them up a couple of years ago, and then Shout Factory put out some pretty nice, beautiful Blu-ray editions with slipcovers. I didn't chase those because I already have all the Disney ones. But when I saw that they were re-releasing these in Steelbook form, I had to get them because they look beautiful. They come in a variety of colors, and they're limited. I don't know what they're limited to, but these are the type of movies that once they're gone, they're very hard to find again, and then they're very expensive. And I don't like to play that out of print game, so I like to grab stuff like this early on and only pay a little bit now instead of a lot later. So this is Princess Mononoke. Of course, these are all Hayao Miyazaki films. You guys all know that. And these are Blu-ray DVD editions. These are all still sealed because I do have all of these on Blu-ray from Disney, like I was mentioning before. I'm going to keep these sealed as collector's pieces. Picked all of these up on Amazon, and I think they were all of them were under $20, which is amazing. And some of them were $15 to $17 for a Blu-ray Steelbook. That's very cheap. And actually, this is a Blu-ray DVD set, so that's even more incredible. I think these could probably easily go for $25, and maybe they do on the Shout Factory website. I don't know, but you're better off grabbing these on Amazon. The only thing that's a little risky about shipping on Amazon is you don't know how these are going to come shipped, because some of these came in bag bubble mailers, and luckily they came with no dents or scratches, but I can imagine that some of these will get dinged up pretty good shipping in a bag, because you're holding your luck in the hands of several people who handle these along the way, from the Amazon company through the post office till it gets to you. This goes through many hands and gets bumped around and banged around on trucks and whatever. So that's the only thing I kind of warn you about on that. But so that's Princess Mononoke. The next one is Castle in the Sky. This is another 2-disc set, Blu-ray DVD. Maybe all of these are. I haven't checked yet. But we will go through these one by one. Ponyo. This is kind of a geared towards younger children, this movie, but I still enjoyed it. This is another 2-disc set. This one is probably my favorite Studio Ghibli movie, Spirited Away. This kind of has a dark theme, and it's very touching, this movie. I would say that this is my favorite, or at least definitely top 3, because my mind can change on any given day. I'm sure most of you guys feel that way too, with another 2-disc set. Kiki's Delivery Service. This one's kind of fun, but not one of my favorite ones. This is a 2-disc set as well. This one's called Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. I'm sorry if there's a lot of glare. I have a flash on my phone as I'm recording this, and there's kind of a metallic-y limited edition sticker that the light just bounces right off, and these covers are very shiny, so the light just reflects right off of that. Not a whole lot I can do about that. I apologize. Another one of my favorites here is Howl's Moving Castle. And again, I would recommend you guys, if you are on the fence about this or even thinking about these even a little bit, I would go ahead now and pull the trigger and get these while they're dirt cheap. And if you don't like them and you want to flip them down the road, you can probably make a little money on these. And here's Grave of the Fireflies. This is a very depressing anime. Very, very depressing anime about wartime and casualties and stuff like that. So and then this one isn't part of the Shout Factory line, but this is also another Studio Ghibli movie called Porco Rosso. This is a UK Steelbook. They haven't released this one through Shout Factory. That's another good thing about this, is they're only releasing like 1 or 2 of these at a time, so you don't have to go broke trying to hurry up and grab them all. You can just get one, 1 or 2 now, and then in another month or so they'll release another 1 or 2, and you can get those. It's a very, very affordable way to get these, so you're not paying $100-$200, So we'll do a quick little recap. I'm going to show you guys 2 horror figures I picked up. And then if you guys have been jonesing for Toddy Walnuts videos, you're in luck, because I'm going to record another video right after this. I picked up a Sideshow Collectibles statue that I'm going to share with you guys. And I got that in the mail last week. So those are the ones I have so far. They're going to be releasing more. And I wanted to share these with you guys. I know not all of you are anime fans, but maybe I can convince 1 or 2 of you guys to check these out, and maybe you'll like it, and maybe I can save you some money by getting them now. So that is it for those, and I'm going to pause it for a moment, and we will check out the horror figures, and then we will wrap the video up. Okay, so a couple months ago, or maybe a few months ago, I don't recall, some of you may remember that I picked up this Creepshow Season 1 from Shudder. It's an original series. And they have a new Crypt Keeper. It's kind of a revamped Crypt Keeper. Or not Crypt Keeper, it's the... not the Crypt Keeper from Tales from the Crypt. They call him the Creep. I'm getting those 2 mixed up. But they revamped the Creep. And so he looks like this now. He doesn't look like the original show from 1982, the movie, which I heard that NECA will be putting out an original Creep. But for now, we have the revamped Creepshow Creep put out by NECA. And they've been putting them in these little boxes lately. And I'm not sure if this is going to be the new norm. I don't really dislike it because I collect my figures and keep them packaged. Most of you know that. Because I am a big fan of the box art and the way that they are displayed already. And so this box looks beautiful to me. It's a little bit smaller than they normally are, and it doesn't have the flap like they usually do, but it's still displayed really nice. I like that it has the 10 cents like it's a comic book cover. It says strange, eerie, and terrifying, and I'm going to try to get in here so you guys can take a viewing of this without a glare. But you can see that there's a little skull, and you know, he does look different. He looks very cool. I like the way he looks, but it's just not the original classic. But like I said, I heard NECA will be putting out an original. If they haven't already started putting it out, I'm not sure. But it also has an extra hand. I think you can hold a candle, or it holds that lantern. You can put it in that little hand. Tales of Suspense and Horror Creepshow. Take a look at this side of the box here. There's the Creep. That is the classic font that they used for Creepshow, the movie, and the series. And I thought this series was fun and entertaining. I was glad to see it. I watched all of these. I thought it was very well done. I heard some people complain about it. I had fun with it. So that is the Creepshow Creep, not Crypt Keeper, Creep. And the second one, and the last piece in this video, is the Misfits Crimson Fiend Santa Claus. And the reason I picked this up, not only because I enjoy that, well, you get the color face and the black and white face, so you can switch them out. So essentially you're getting kind of two figures, because they have released both of these figures before, twice, two different times. They released the Crimson Fiend in a blister pack about 10 years ago or so. They also released the Crimson Fiend in black and white in a blister pack. And then about a year or two ago, they released them each in this type of box packaging. They had the Crimson Fiend, the color, and the Crimson Fiend black and white. And so now you kind of get them both. I guess you can just switch out the heads and pretend. But I picked this up because, you know, this is kind of a bizarre, obscure figure that they would have. The Crimson Fiend in a Santa Claus suit. And I think this is something that could be kind of rare down the road. I see this going for probably big money down the road, because I don't think a lot of people pick this up. I don't think they produced a lot of these. And I'm not sure if it's out of print now or not. But I picked this up a couple of months ago, and I've been sitting on it for a video. And actually, I had it for the last video I uploaded, and I forgot to show it. So I'm showing it now. But yeah, that's beautiful. These boxes are really nice. And there's like a little green Santa Claus sack that you can kind of sling over his shoulder, as you see in that picture there. And a couple different hands, you can switch it out. So you can switch the colored hands. They're kind of like a bluish color. You can switch those to the black and white if you choose to switch the head out. So that was my little haul for the past month plus, whatever. I don't even keep track anymore. Things are always coming in, so if you like these type of videos and you're not subscribed, consider doing that. If you like to show support to the channel, thumbs up are always appreciated. The more views and comments and thumbs up that these videos get, the more apt YouTube is to kind of share them to bigger audiences or different audiences, and that would help my channel grow by getting more views and possibly more subscriptions and stuff like that. You know, I do this for fun. I do it for a hobby. Subscribers are nice, comments are nice, but I wouldn't be deterred if I didn't get any, or if I got less than I get now. It is always nice to hear from you guys, and I do hear from kind of a regular crowd, and I've made some pretty good friends here on YouTube over the past few years. So I really do appreciate you guys taking time to come to my channel and hang out with me and Hannah and Heidi. And you guys can view a little bit of my world. You can see things from the way I see it for 20 to 30 minutes at a time. And I always appreciate you guys. And you're welcome here anytime. So with that, stay tuned. I will be uploading another video tonight. It is going to be a video about a Sideshow Collectibles statue that I picked up, and I think you guys will enjoy it. So with all that, I will bid you guys a good night or good morning, whatever time it is when you're watching this. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.